Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to create a new project in Traction. So once you have logged into Traction, you might see this purple button right here that says New Project. If you don't see that, it's because you don't have a power user license and you need to work with somebody who has one of those elevated licenses in order to create a new project. So we can click on this button here and it's going to initiate the new project series of actions. It's first going to bring us to a place that helps us create a charter, and this box that pops up is like a wizard that will step us through each and every phase of creating the project. So I'm going to create a new project, a new DMAIC project, and the name for this project is going to be COVID Branch Restructure. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that if I had started to create a project where there are other projects already in the database that have keywords, Traction is going to guide you to maybe take a look at these projects to see if you can learn from them or make sure that we're not creating duplicate work. So if I enter the word swim, notice we already have two projects in here that have the word swim. If you click on it, you can scroll down and just get a little bit of information about what that project is. Or if you feel like you want to look at the whole project, you have that as an option as well. So let's go back and create the project that I'm really looking for. And once I pick a name, you can click continue. And like I said, this wizard's going to guide us through each and every step. The project that I am entering today is applicable for the whole association, all branches, all departments, and it does not use even $1 of McKinsey Scott money, so we're going to say no. This is also not a restricted project, so we're going to leave this unchecked. Restricted project just means that on the home page, it will only be viewable to people who have been assigned as an actual team member to this project. So for this one, I'm going to be the team leader. Jorge would be my champion. And I'm encouraging everybody to put me as the coach, even if I'm not coaching you on the project, but this way I can see your project and I can help you if you have any problems with the software. This one is going to be a DMAIC project. But if I didn't know what project it was going to be, like what roadmap to follow, notice that when I click these little radio buttons over here to the right, you get a little preview of what that roadmap is like. So for DMAIC, you have define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. And here are the business questions that are listed underneath of each of those phases. So you can take a look and see if that is a good fit for the type of project you're entering today. We also have Just Do It, which is meant to be something that's pretty small scope where we have already decided what the solution is. So there's no problem to solve like we do in DMAIC. It's a just do it. And a good example of this kind of project would be the lobby that we are revamping. So we've already decided what we need to do to change the lobby. We just need to track our progress and also any money that was spent. PDSA is what we use for sprint projects. So that's when we're going to test a new concept in a small place, like a pilot, and then figure out if we want to adopt, abandon, or adapt based on what we learned. So PDSA will guide you through plan, do, study, act for a sprint project. And then we have project management, which is meant to be something that helps us get our arms around a very large body of work. So we're going to go through the initiate, plan, execute, monitor, control, and close. So this would be appropriate for something that is maybe a year-long initiative that is really part of somebody's job, where it's not a problem to solve, it's not a just do it, it's not a test, it is a very large body of work that they need to manage and perhaps budget as well. I'm going to enter a DMAIC project, click continue. When we go to click the launch date, so that is the date that we want to begin the work. And for this particular project, I actually began the work, I believe it was May of last year. It might have even been April. So let's do that. And once you get past the target launch date, the rest of these dates are actually when do you think that phase is going to be done? So how we can remind ourselves is to hover over this little eye with a circle, and it will remind us target date is for when the project's going to begin. Phase target dates are when the project phase is scheduled to end. So for this project, just going to enter the information that corresponds to how we actually did the work last year. So we ended the define phase in April. We ended the measure phase in June. We analyzed the data in July. We set the implementation for improve through August of last year, or October of last year. And then we actually did control, collected data for control all the way through March of this year. So we're not quite done with this project yet. We are hoping to have it done by the end of this month. So once you have gotten to the place where you have some boxes to actually type information, you can either type it straight into here, or you have the option to copy and paste. Because I'm entering a project that I actually completed last year, I already have a PowerPoint deck that corresponds to this project. So I'm going to use my existing project charter to copy and paste information. And you'll notice that, at least for DMAIC projects, our project charter directly corresponds with the boxes in the order that they appear on our charter. So once I get all 4 of those boxes complete, notice that you have to have something in each box because it has this red asterisk. Then I can click continue. Now this is our last page for the project charter. There are no red asterisks here, so these are optional. You can go through and choose a risk evaluation, potential risks and issues, if you feel like that is relevant. And if there's something that's relevant for you that's not in the list, notice that you have the ability to add another risk as well. I'm not going to choose any risks for this project at this time, so I'm going to click continue. It takes me to the last page where I can view my charter. If I had missed a critical piece of information somewhere in one of these steps prior to now, I wouldn't see this. I wouldn't see great work, view my charter. I would see something that said, oops, you need to go back and fill out this last piece of information. I'm going to click on view my charter, and it just takes me out of the wizard, and now I'm in the full screen mode on Traction, where I can see everything about my charter. And if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, I can save changes and then request approval. That's going to send my charter to my champion, and they get a chance to review it and approve it so that I can move forward in the project.